Hi all, it's Vera with a Scorpio season reading for everyone, for the collective, and things are shifting, so much as we come into this gorgeous time where we all may live our birthright of the experience of joy, justice, and living absolutely in the full articulation of our soul's true shape and in right relationship with all who cross our path. You may trust really deeply in the privacies and silences of yourself and of those you love and who love you. And I would like to consecrate this reading and all of the readings on this channel, and right now the November ones that I'm about to embark on for all the signs, to draw from my own core and from the beings that support me and from source love which flows through me and all of us, to do these readings in a way that is deeply useful and deeply ethical and deeply respectful to all, so that anything that really needs to be private for any person, I don't get a glimmer of. Even when I'm asking about in a love reading for the other person, right? Or in a by sign reading, for anyone that I happen to know that is that sign, or anything that I'm not supposed to know or that wouldn't feel right for that person for me to know, to really respect that. That's something you need to work with, and it's talked about a lot in the field. But if you have these abilities, which we all really have, but as you develop these abilities, to be ethical, sometimes it scares me how much information can come in. And also, no matter what, I just got a cough, no matter what, it's still coming through the bevel that is your own consciousness, that is your own embodiment, that is your own soul. So you can never fully understand another, obviously. Anyway, all of that being said, I hope to give some insights for what we can all expect during this Scorpio season in love, as we all move as a chorus, doing our grid work and renewing our beloved mother, which is our planet, Gaia. Okay? And I also want to say, I am really happy to do private readings, so the information's below. And I will be putting up over the next several days, beginning with Scorpio, since it's your birthday time. I'll be putting up by sign readings. I'm also thinking about doing some other categories. Okay, so we are moving extremely quickly toward this depth of clarity. It may feel stark, our surroundings, but we are this glint of color and clarity. And sometimes coming into the clarity, I mean, look how bright it is as well. It's, and how quickly the horse is moving and carrying its rider. This season is about this depth of clarity. There's something very uniquely hopeful about this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio this time, and the way that Mars and Chiron, Black Moon Lilith, I want to say, and Venus are all working. I'm not an astrologer. I use my best tool, at least now, is language and these cards, and so that's what I use. But I do get this information, and I do have a deep interest in astrology and follow a bunch of astrologers. Two that I would recommend are Balasubramanian and Lorna Bevan. So the Sky Priestess and Hair in the Moon astrology. We also get 2 threes right away as I open up the deck, the Three of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. There is some fear in coming into collaboration with others and in trusting others because of pain and injustice and just misalignment, and just difficulty that's happened in the past as we've been living in through these eras that have not been, people have not been invited into their wholeness by the systems that humans have created. It's caused hierarchies, it's caused judgmental thinking, it's caused oppression, all these unfairnesses, these untruths. And we're coming out of that and unwinding that within each own soul. And then, like, as you come into this deep trust, like, I think of it as bringing, you know, all the elements of all the dimensions into this knowing in your gut of your current embodiment. And that's really drawing down or drawing in, collapsing timelines, as they sometimes say, but like drawing in all of this knowledge and this, you know, you're but a small spark, but you contain everything. And so drawing all of yourself, you know, so much drawing up your sleeves and sitting up tall and being strong in your core. Like, as you do that and you come into this depth of trust of yourself, it allows you to trust in others and to release some worry. Now, obviously, there are things that go on where you need to stand up to things that are unfair. But really, as we all move into this absolute depth of self-acceptance, so much of that can fall into place without the old, outside of the old worries, conflicts, you know, violences, violations of how we may have felt that we had to experience, you know, Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords, how we may have experienced and felt that we had to protect ourselves within times and relationships and systems that were deeply unfair and deeply disrespectful to our souls and our tenderness. But now we are moving, and as we give ourselves that love and that acceptance, then it becomes possible to have justice. You know, that there's that Cornel West quote, justice is what love looks like in public. We are coming into a time when we can all really, the deeper you can trust yourself, the deeper you do trust yourself, that's the more healing you're doing. There's this quantum leaps of healing happening, especially the second half of this year. My God, it's amazing. Like, things that you may not have ever even hoped to experience or heal or even recognize that needed heal. I mean, things are it's exponential. It's quantum. And that's what's happening right now. And it's gorgeous. We are coming into a time of commitment to our deepest joy and knowing and experience here as we map our soul's shape through this life and these lives, as we meet and glimmer and know and tend to each other. Oh my gosh, it's a time of reconciliation. Okay, it's a time of transformation. It's a Six of Cups, death. Okay, it's a time of contemplation. So, you know, be patient with yourself and others with those quiets, those interludes, those, both the interludes of eager communication and then those lulls, you know, the ebb and flow. We can trust in these natural rhythms, which are apparent in our architecture, in our music, in our ways of creating too. And it's all natural. It's all part of Gaia, as we are part of Gaia and we are part of the universe, and we are made of all the elements. And any archetype that you resonate with, you are an embodiment of that in your own way. This one just fell onto my lap. The Five of Swords. So this is, again, we are asked to release these ways of fretting and worrying and kind of like needing confirmation or needing a strict articulation or a strict plan, or like, this is the way, this has to happen, this is my understanding and I'm sticking with it. You can be more tender with it. Your understanding is deep and capacious and can include more. Okay. The stork denotes change of residence for the better, sooner or later, according to the distance which it lies from the person. So we may be coming into a time where we are just our natural habits. And so the way we inhabit our days, the way we inhabit our spaces, the way we inhabit our relationships is what part of this shift is about. I was reading something with someone saying, you know, I'm not an activist, I'm a revolutionary. Everything needs to change. And I get that, because activist is almost like I'm accepting the system as it is. Whereas revolutionary is like I have to upend everything. But we can let go of all of those old archetypes too. As we all come into this depth of self-acceptance and self-love, we can release so much fear. There's been such an accretion of so many fears on every level, in every space, in every, everywhere. And we can release that. And as I'm speaking of that, I'm using this deck that always kind of freaks me out. I'm almost afraid of the deck in a way. Not really. I'm not really afraid of you, sweet deck, but it was sent by a dear friend. And okay, I'm getting the 6 of Clouds. So I always see this figure as like, if I put down this burden, which is all these old ways of thinking and self-protection, if I put down this burden, what might I be able to experience? And then also, oh my gosh, the King of Flames, which is the King of Wands, which looks devilish right here, but we are in it's the transformative nature. It's the transformative. I mean, I think I just saw Maleficent last night with my children. Think about, these figures we see as evil, or they've been rendered as evil in some story to help it promote some other story. Like if your story requires another story to be mistold, then your story is being mistold. Okay. So this is a gorgeous gentleman who is clamoring to transform and express his, her, or their true passion and tenderness. And yeah, that's what I have to say about that. So maybe there's, within the feminine, there might be a fear of the masculine for reasons. But yet, in order to come into the new time, we must release. And the same with the masculine toward the feminine, and any being toward another. And look at this beautiful King of Pentacles coming in this, like crowned and crowning his counterpart below the throne of knowledge, and with the shaft of source love coming in, and like this humble certainty. This humble certainty. How might your ancestors help you at this time? The one that's underneath is Mother Mary. Okay. So all that mother love and source love that has led to our existence here on our sweet turtle island, on our sweet earth, as we all swim through the universe together, and the motions of the days. How might your ancestors in particular be supporting you at this time, for people who are resonating with this? Okay. So self-reflection and self-acceptance and self-love is what leads to reconciliation of all things. So much love to you all. And if you would like more, I'm happy to work with people privately. as well as I will be posting up some readings by sign for the season as well. Okay. Yeah, I'll show these others behind here. Okay. Sending you so much love.